Talking about the meetings, yesterday it was Prime Minister Modi with Xi Jinping. Today, Prime Minister Modi will be holding talks with Russian President. These meetings come at a very crucial juncture if we talk about the geopolitical situation. So what message does this send out globally? Because all eyes worldwide are on this meeting.
India's message is clear. India is charting out an independent foreign policy. It will not be dictated by the United States of America, and it will not be dictated by any other country. If it is an Indian national interest to procure oil from Russia for the people of our country, then India will continue to do so. Even if America wanted India to reduce oil procurement from Russia, there is a way to move about it. This kind of public diplomacy, if you may want to call it public diplomacy, the kind of statements that came from Donald Trump or Peter Navarro or Scott Bessent or many others in the United States of America, that's clearly, one, uncalled for, two, unhelpful. In fact, it's only taken the relationship downhill ever since such statements were made. In this adversity, India, China, several other countries are seeing this as an opportunity. But India's relationship or the attempt between India and China to improve their ties is not because of India's relationship with the United States. You remember when we were reporting from Kazan in Russia, the Thaw had started in Kazan, Russia, on the sidelines of BRICS, and that's when the strategic directions had gone from the respective heads of state and government to their interlocutors down chain to ensure that there's disengagement at the border. So the remaining two friction points, disengagement had taken place. Subsequently, now the effort is to consolidate that initiative and see if you can move forward towards de-escalation and reduction of tensions at the borders. But India's relationship with Russia, it's a time-tested relationship. That's something that India has made very clear. Russia and India have stood by each other through thick and thin. If there is going to be consolidation in that or some change in that oil procurement policy, that will be a decision that will be taken independently by Russia and by India, Anjali.
Absolutely, Gaurav. So this meeting also comes at a time when the United States has imposed 50% tariff on India for buying oil from Russia. So can these two sides sit today and, talk about some mechanism to bypass the impact of these sanctions and tariffs by the United States?
So the United States initially imposed 25% tariffs on India, which again India was trying to, through that bilateral trade agreement by fall, bring it down perhaps to maybe 15% level or some level that would be mutually beneficial. But then America then hiked it from 25% initially to an additional 25% on oil that was bought from Russia, because oil was bought from Russia. But if you look at the fine print, there are several things that are exempt from that additional 25%. Oil that's procured from Russia, refined, and then re-exported to Europe and the United States and other parts, that's exempt. Pharmaceuticals, exempt. Electronic items, exempt. So all of these items are exempted from this additional 25%. Russia and India are anyways, working out a deal on not just discounts on oil. You'd recall what India's ambassador to Russia had said, that Indian companies will independently decide if they want to buy oil from Russia, how much they want to buy from Russia, and that will be dictated by market prices, prevalent market prices. If India were to get cheaper oil from West Asia, for example, it would be cheaper to import oil from West Asia, but you're not getting it from those prices. If we were to get it cheaper from any other source, remember India, I had interviewed Hardeep Puri, the Union Petroleum Minister, and he said India had diversified oil procurement, not restricted to 22 or 27 countries, now had gone up to almost, I think, 40 countries. So we can procure oil from different places. It's the market economics, what is the cost per barrel, what is the cost of transportation, how quickly are your systems refined to, geared up to refine it and then further export it or use it internally within your country. So there are many aspects at play here. India-Russia relationship is not dependent just on oil. It's a time-tested relationship, and we've seen it. And I'm not even going back in history during the 1971 war, what happened then, or the Kargil war of 1999 when Russia Russia actually removed some of the armor from its own inventory and sent it to India, should there be an expansion of conflict. So Russia-India relationship have withstood the test of time. The BrahMos supersonic cruise missile that played a significant role in pounding Pakistani air bases Operation Sindoor, and that's again is a very significant message. So yesterday, Pakistan's Prime Minister was also lurking around here, being a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. But the fact remains, India is very clear. Our relationship with Russia is a time-tested relationship. It's withstood the test of time. And if I may, the S-400 missile defense shield system not only used in a defensive role, but India set a world record using the S-400 systems to bring down a Pakistani, eye in the sky, an AWACS system, some 324 kilometers deep inside Pakistan. And that just shows, one, the capability of the Russian equipment, and the Indian operators, the Indian Air Force, they were able to use a defensive weapon in such a brilliant offensive role that it brought down a Pakistani air defense system in the sky 300 kilometers inside Pakistan, setting a world record. So, when you walk into a meeting with this kind of achievements under your belt, naturally, India makes global headlines.